I know a lot of people have seen this already on the internet when the question was going around, would you as a woman rather be in the woods with a bear or a man? Or if you had a daughter, would you rather for your daughter to be alone in the woods with a bear or a man? And even with their daughters, they were saying bear. And a lot of people were saying, these women were crazy or they're feminists, they just didn't like men. I am not a feminist. I have no problem with some men, because there are a lot of men that are a-holes and they just do not stand up as men, and they do a very foul stuff towards women as well as children. So I have a problem with those men. But men in general, I don't have a problem with that. I'm traditional. I believe that men should be the head of the household. Men should be the leaders, and I believe in the traditional, marriage between man and woman, and that the husband should take care of his family. The reason I said I agree with a lot of ladies saying they would rather be in the woods with a bear rather than a man, I'm going to show you a video and then I'm going to come back and talk to you.
According to board documents, this video was taken in 2019 at Diffenay Family Practice in Blytheville. In it, Dr. David Diffenay can be seen walking around naked, including in the hallway between patient rooms. Another video clip sent in shows him in the receptionist area walking around three women and performing a sex act directly in front of one of the women. The clip ends with him ejaculating on her. According to the documents we received, not only did the woman work in Diffenay's office as a lab tech for another company, she was one of his patients. According to the person who sent the board the videos, this all happened during business hours. They also claimed Diffenay used his, quote, position of power, sexual grooming, salary increases to groom employees and patients into repulsive acts. At least one person agrees. Dr. Bradley Diner with the Arkansas Medical Foundation wrote, quote, the pervasive behavior leads to concerns about a sexual compulsive disorder of paraphilia, which may in fact cross boundaries with his delivery of medical care. An investigator with the Arkansas Department of Health interviewed Dr. Diffenay in September. According to the report from that interview, Dr. Diffenay was informed there were video clips of his actions. Dr. Diffenay said, quote, I don't know anything about that at all. I'd have to see those things to have any idea what you're talking about, end quote.
As you see in this video, we're in modern day. This is not back in the 40s and 50s where women didn't have a lot of rights and men could do almost anything to a woman and get away with it. Here we are in the year of 2024, and men feel like it's okay that they do this. This man is a professional. He is a doctor. So there should be some type of morals that he uphold himself to as a doctor, as a man, but he doesn't. What in his right mind think it's okay to walk around, even though it's his office, but it's during office hours and he has employees there, and at any time one of his patients can come there, they can need a file, they can need him to sign a paper, and they can just walk in, even if it's not their appointment, they can just walk in and say, hey, could you look this information up for me? Could you sign this paper? Or I need this release from my doctor, or I need this file to take to another doctor. But he is walking around there with no clothes on, like it's not a problem, like everyone is okay with it. And then he goes even further to start pleasuring himself and relieving himself on another woman, that's not only his patient, but she also worked there in the office through a third party. And then like when they confronted him, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. What I did, you know exactly what you did. You're comfortable enough to walk around like that, and you feel like because of your position that you can just do that and it's okay. And sometimes you might ask, well, why the women didn't say anything. You have to think about this on their side. It may have taken them a long time to get that job. They may have also been putting in applications like, okay, I don't want to just quit because I still have responsibilities. So let me go ahead and put in applications in other offices to see if I can get a job. And what do most places do? They want to contact your previous employer. They want to get references. They want to see how you were with the last person you worked with. And if they're leaving him and he don't want them to leave, he might not give them a good recommendation. Or if they just quit and then try to go get another job, same thing. He might feel a certain type of way and still not give them, say they was a horrible worker or whatever the case may be, to down talk them so they can't get another job. So they can't, so that's probably why they stay. I don't know why they stay, but I'm just kind of giving examples of why some people stay in situations instead of just getting out. But they should have never been put in that situation if you're dealing with a real man, if you're dealing with a professional instead of a pervert, instead of a predator. Those are predatory behavior because all he's thinking about is himself. He's not thinking about the trauma he's putting on these women. He's not thinking about the anxiety they have coming to work. He's not even thinking about the anxiety of if one of them will walk into the office and don't see the other women there, thinking, okay, he might try to do something to me, or if they have to walk in a certain situation with him alone, they don't know how he's going to react. So you don't know the anxiety and trauma that come along with working in an environment like that, an environment they should not have to be in. It took for whoever to get that tape and send it to the medical board so they could see his behavior and what he was doing. Only then, that's when he was fired, and I think he lost his medical license to practice, which he should have lost, because you don't know what he's doing in the office with his patients. You don't know if he may have taken advantage of one of his patients in the office and they was afraid to say anything. So a person like that doesn't need to be in a power position. A person like that doesn't need to be in a position where they're over other people and they feel so comfortable with their misbehavior that they can just walk around the office with no clothes on. And so when women have to go through things like that, because even when I was a teenager, I remember when I would be, just out and guys would try to talk to me. I wasn't nasty, I wasn't rude, I'd just be like, oh, I'm not interested, or I might even say I have a boyfriend. Some of those guys would actually curse me out, and I'm talking about curse me out for filth, call me all kinds of names, oh, I didn't want to talk to your ugly behind anyway. They, you're dumb, you're stupid. Just foul stuff they would say to me just because I didn't want to talk to them. And like I said, I didn't come off with an attitude, I didn't come off rude, I didn't come off with anything. And then I was told, oh, you smile too much, you're too nice. So now I'm walking around with an attitude just so people wouldn't talk to me, just so guys wouldn't talk to me, because I didn't want to have to deal with getting cussed out. And sometimes I would still get cursed out. Because they're like, oh, who, you think you're too good to say something to somebody and still get cursed out. So this is the things that women have to walk through life. Some women have to walk through life dealing with ignorant behind men. And the sad part is, a lot of times there are other men around seeing their friends behave like this and they don't say anything. They don't say, hey man, chill, why you doing that? That's rude, that's disrespectful. They sit there and laugh right along with them. So when you ask the question as a woman, would you rather be in the woods with a bear or a man? I actually had to think about that, because I'm thinking, okay, if I'm in the woods with a bear, there's a 50% chance I can live. The bear might attack me and kill me, but I'm dead, so that's over with. But he might also look at me and be like, okay, I'm let me just go on about my business and don't circle back around to try to attack me. Where if I'm in the woods with a man, I'm thinking, okay, if I'm talking to him, is he friend or foe? Is he gonna try to hurt me? Is he gonna tie me up somewhere? Is he gonna torture me? Is he gonna torture me and then kill me? So it's a lot going through your mind as a woman being with a man, as far as, if I say something to him, be nice to him, will he take it the wrong way? If I ask him for help, will he just really just give me help and leave it at that? Or will he want something in return? So it's like when you're dealing with the animal, you understand the natural behavior of an animal. But when you're dealing with a man, you really don't know what you're going to get. And there's so much trauma and so much anxiety being in that position that sometimes you really feel like, I would rather be killed by a bear than tortured by this man, because I don't know, will he be, will he have so much anger that he just start beating me and beat me for days and stuff like that? Because it has happened. This isn't something that women be making up. These are situations that has happened women been kidnapped, women been just beat to death, women been, are, repeatedly over time, until the men get tired of her, either let her go or kill her. So it's like, it's not just feminists saying this, it's women who understand situations they may have been in themselves, or a situation they know someone else have been in. But when men, real men, stand up and start being men, women wouldn't have to feel this way. And that question would be a no-brainer. Oh, I would rather be in the woods with a man than the bear, because I know the man is going to help me. I know I have safety with the man. I know he's going to help me get out of the woods. But in the world that we live in now, you really have a better chance really with the bear. And that's sad to say that, and that's sad to think that. And like I said, I'm not a feminist. I don't hate men, but I understand the how some men are when it comes to relationship with women. They really hate women, because if they truly love women, they wouldn't do what they do to them. But they hate women, and they just see them as something, like the same way you would just use the toilet. You would walk up to the toilet and use the toilet to take care of your business, and then leave, and then the next time you need to use the toilet. That's how some men see women, as a tool to be used, as something to be used for their pleasure, to get out their frustration, to get out their whatever they're going through. They take it out on a woman, and then go through life like they didn't do anything wrong, or they don't know why women see them the way they do, or see other men the way they do. And so what men should understand is, a lot of times this rejection you get, and I'm not speaking about feminists, I'm speaking about just regular women, is because of the men that's out there, that y'all know are out there, but y'all still support them. Y'all still okay with them. Y'all don't sit there and say, hey men, y'all should stop doing these things. Y'all shouldn't take advantage of children. How y'all gonna go get children and do it wherever y'all want to, just to get y'all jolly off on innocent kids? If a woman say no to you, that's not the end of the world. Keep moving. As long as she's not being rude to you, cursing you out, calling you all kind of this, that, hey, can I holler at you? Can I talk to you? Hey, come here. And she says no, let her keep going. Maybe she's not the right one for you, but let her keep going. But don't be to the point that you want to just curse her out for feel, or feel like, okay, I'm gonna get her back. Wait till she's walking by herself, or wait till I'm gonna go, I'm gonna snatch her up and take her behind the dumpster and do what I want to with her. It's like, come on, really. So real men, I have absolutely no problem with real men that respect women because they respect themselves. The same thing that God said, that a man should treat a woman the way he would treat himself. If you love yourself, then love a woman. And like I said, it's not just about being in a relationship, because if men treated women with respect, even if this woman isn't in your family, related to you or anything, you're still going to treat her respect, and she could still look at you and not worry about, oh, if my back turned, is he going to do anything to me? And so that's the thing. I truly believe men and women need to work together. I truly believe that men and women, they are better together. I'm not a feminist, I'm not a hater of men, but men need to wake up and realize why some women feel the way they do about men. I'm not talking about these feminists who really do hate men, just like these men who really do hate women. I'm not talking about that group. I'm talking about normal women who have to go through life dealing with men like this, because why, what in his mind felt that it was okay to do the things he did to those 3 women, just because that was his office, just because he felt that it was okay. So that's why sometimes, you hear that question, you would hear that question and think, she's crazy. But if you ever had to go through things, some of the things that women do, you would see, as a man, you would say the same thing. I would rather be in the woods with the bear.